What's happening, everybody? It's Christian Pedersen here with San Diego Prep Insider. We are at La Jolla High School watching Bishops and Christian duke it out right now. It is the fourth quarter here. Christian is currently winning. We'll have more on that later. But I just wanted to give some initial first reaction thoughts to the way that week 2 kind of went down in San Diego high school football as we draw this one close on a Saturday night. And we'll have more in-depth analysis throughout the week as we talk to Raymond and Tommy and everybody, but I thought I'd maybe come on here and just give some initial quick hit kind of reactions and say that yes, Carlsbad is taking care of business big time on national television against Mater Dei Catholic. They are the real deal. Lincoln got it done against Alemany. They are the real deal. Both of those teams look like they are cruising towards a 1-2, but it would seem now as of 2 weeks into this season, we are talking about a much wider field for the open division than I kind of thought at the beginning of the year. Only the 4 teams will end up making it, but Cathedral Catholic looks strong. Saints, this week, they beat Poway in a way that I wasn't even expecting and looked really, really good. We got a ball. Oh, that's a big third down conversion there for Christian. Saints and Cathedral both looking good. Madison looks really strong, beating Steel Canyon the way that they do. Granite Hills, we've talked about them. Can they potentially hang in there for that slot? That's just 4 teams right there. But LCC also now through another week. Andrew Mays, their running back, has scored a bunch despite us disrespecting him and only saying that this week's touchdown was the first. Oops, sorry, we get captions wrong sometimes on posts. But that's 5 teams right there 2 weeks in. And you always got to sort of sprinkle in Mission Hills, San Marcos. There's some other squads that could make a run back of the season, but right now I would say we're looking at the widest open division race that there has been in the last 5-6 years. I didn't even mention Helix. Helix is 2-0 after getting a big out of section win this week. Shout out to Rylan Jesse and the boys. So the open division this point in the season is looking wider open than it has in the last couple of years. And I think that's really the number, that's my number one takeaway, is that the big boys are good this year. There are 8 to 10 teams. That means not only will open division be good this year, but the Division I championship will not that it's ever a cop-out, but kind of sometimes we're like, that's the second place trophy. I don't think that's that this year. I think that this year that open Division I, at least through 2 weeks, looks really good. And again, we're here enjoying the tail end of week 2, so these are very fresh. This is not analysis, this is more reaction. Looking down at the lower levels, Mount Miguel put the whoop down on Chula Vista in a way that I was not expecting. We talked about Chula Vista being really good this year, and for them to get blanked, that means that the Mount Miguel defense deserves a shout out. Yes, the offense scored a bunch in 49-0 win, but the defense deserves the love there because we kind of already knew that the Mount Miguel offense was going to be really good. So definitely something to smile about there. I mean, Army-Navy, de facto, at this point, if they don't win that 5AA championship, something really bad happened. Army-Navy could be on pace for best season in terms of run differential that any team has ever had in San Diego section football. They could be putting up 50 a week and giving up 0 to, I don't know if negative points are available, but Ranamatu, Bulavu, and company are not messing around this year. And they continue to prove that after this week's outing. Kind of thinking through some of the other stuff, Grossmont is very much the real deal after 2 weeks. Anthony Lawrence has really we were asking one coach is going to catch lightning in a bottle their first season out. That has happened this year. Oceanside, got to give a shout out to their new head coach getting his first win as they beat Santa Fe Christian 22-3. That is a huge win for that program to get the monkey off their back there. Kind of going through, I'm thinking through some of the other ones. Calexico is 2-2. Valhalla gets a bounce back win. There was some losses, non-section, like Hilltop losing to Temescal Canyon and some stuff like that. That I don't know. It goes down as a loss in the win-loss column on the record books, but I don't really think that Francis Parker losing to the Meadow School, what does that do for any of us? No one cares about us doing cross-section analysis. It's a loss. Okay, whatever. A lot of bounce backs coming next week. A lot of games played this week because of all the non-section stuff like that. So, not necessarily rivalry heavy this week. So not a ton of oh, wow, that marquee matchup or whatever, but definitely some stuff to watch for. La Jolla beat Scripps in a fun rivalry game that's been happening there now for a couple of years. I'm trying to think if there's anything else really. Like I said, we're going to have a lot more of it throughout the week. This is just some kind of early reactionary stuff as we think about everything that we saw from this week. Shout out to Jaden Mangini and La Jolla Country Day for getting their win, getting on the board this year in that win column. Then, yeah, we're about 4 minutes away here from Christian is up 13-7. Yes, Kearney got another win. Brody Stump and company are looking good. They are a team with a lot of offense. Oh, got to give a shout out to San Ysidro. They beat Hoover. Oh, ball in the air. Is that going to be picked? No, that's going to be caught for a tutty. That's going to get away from him at the end. That's 6 for Christian right there. A shout out also to San Ysidro for the shutout or for the upset win against Kearney. Oh, Escondido also got their first win of the season. Caden Thompson, their quarterback, looks really strong for being a freshman, and Stephen Dixon, head coach there, with his first win. Yes, we mentioned San Ysidro got their win. And, guys, that's kind of like, those are the initial thoughts. So if you missed anything, you can go back and check out the rest of this. But like I said, we'll have a ton of more in-depth coverage all week long from San Diego Prep Insider. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Happy football season.